Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for March 1st through 15th, 2020. I hope you have been doing wonderful. It's great to be back with you again. It's been a very busy and emotional roller coaster the beginning part of this year, and just so I'm so grateful to be back with you. If you are new to the channel, if you're joining just now today, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy my work on this channel. It's definitely something I'm very passionate about and I love a lot. I've been doing this a very long time, and if you are returning to view, or if you're, following subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I always appreciate your energy and your support. If you have not yet done so, I do invite you to reach out, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. And also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. This is going to be, first, a few quick notes before we get into the reading. Gemini, this is going to be, of course, a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with every single one of you out there. There's no way it can. So whatever makes sense to you and resonates with you, those are meant for you. Those messages are yours. If they don't resonate with you, kick them on out to another Gemini. And this is mostly going to correspond with Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. You might also want to check your personal birth chart, see what other signs are very strong in there, because then you can watch the readings for those signs as well and get more messages. So that's always a fun thing to do. I do that with my favorite readers on YouTube as well. So all Gemini cross watchers are welcome to join us as well. And if you're looking for any information regarding a personal reading with me, information about the card decks that I use, all of that info is down in the description box for you. And let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so Gemini, not going to sugarcoat this. This is one of the harder parts of the astrological year for you. The reason for that, we are in the thick of the sun moving through Pisces, and to add to that fun, your ruling planet Gemini is in Pisces as well, and it's in retrograde. So Gemini, you gotta hang on. This is some tough stuff going on. And just as I said that, one of my candles went out. So I'm just saying, it's like even spirits acknowledging, it's like, yeah, this is a more challenging spot. The other challenging time of the year would be when we have a lot of Virgo, because those two signs both create a 90-degree square to your sign, and that's why it is a little more challenging, feels a little more friction. However, it is not all bad. The thing that does do for you, Gemini, those squares, they are very good for lighting that fire under you, for getting that, that drive going, because those squares always cause some friction. And when we have friction, we have fire, we have sparks. And so even though it can sometimes be frustrating and challenging, because it pushes you up against, sometimes, people that are difficult or circumstances that are difficult. And sometimes it really makes you dig deep down and go, you know what? I'm going to survive this. I'm going to overcome this. And so as a result, you get even more done, because that little bit of challenge makes you go, I'll show you, I'll do it. And then you do it. So yeah, it's pretty awesome for that. So, but the thing that makes it also difficult is because Gemini, you are a mental sign, a sign of mental clarity, of intellect, of communication. You love to quickly share knowledge and ideas, and bounce ideas and thoughts back off of each other, and so it's like when we're in that time of Pisces, everything gets kind of confusing and cloudy and ephemeral and misty. And you're just like, I can't take this. I want things to be clear. I want things to be direct, and they're not. So it can be really just, you got to navigate that and be patient with that kind of cloudy, misty, confusing sort of energy, which is definitely what we get with a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. This could also really take you on an emotional trip down memory lane, because anytime Mercury's in retrograde, we are reviewing things around those areas. That puts, that Mercury retrograde into your universal house of the 10th. That's the Capricorn house. So it's, this has to do a lot with your life purpose. your career, your higher calling, your ambitions, the way the public perceives you, kind of stepping into a leadership role. So Gemini, that's something that could be coming up for you as well, making you think back about, what was it that I really wanted to be doing? What was it that I wanted to pursue? What ambitions have I had that I just, want to get back into? So, those are all things that are going to be coming up, especially this first half of March. So let's go ahead and we'll dig in. When the sun and everything starts moving into Aries, things get a lot easier for you, no doubt. So this isn't really, honestly, too much of a long struggle for you with the sun in Pisces, but it definitely does present a bit of a challenge. I find that, the time of the sun in Pisces is always a little bit more challenging, simply for the fact that we're closing down the astrological year. Pisces is the last sign, and so as we go through that, there is this sense of cleansing, purging, releasing. Pisces is very emotional. It's very in touch with its emotions, so it's like when it needs to cry, it just cries. It doesn't worry about it. It doesn't beat itself up for crying. It just does. So if you need to cry and release, that's perfect. If you, need to take a sea salt bath to just, get that feeling of purification, cleansing, soothing. If you can actually go to the ocean, all of these things are very, very good for you to get in that salt water. It's very healing at this time. So Gemini, let's go ahead and get into your cards. I'm going to do a few major theme cards for, this first half of March. Then we're going to do a full tarot spread for you and see what comes up intuitively. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Gemini as we do the reading for March 1st through 15th, 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you. All right, so Gemini, your major arcana card for this first half of March is the Judgment card. The Judgment card to me is like the higher vibration of the Death card, because death is the actual death. The Judgment is the resurrection. It's the rebirth. It's the renewal. So as you go in your review mode with Mercury retrograde, you may be resurrecting some element of your life back into practice, back into existence. So, definitely be looking for that, because some part of you is coming back around. So let's pull a card from the Chakra Crystal deck. We're going to get a crystal and a corresponding chakra that would be best for you to use or tap into right now. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so labradorite is coming up. This is a very magical stone. It is used, to enhance intuition, to enhance psychic ability. The third eye is the chakra that's very much coming up for you right now. To me, the third eye is such a great one for Gemini, the throat and the third eye, because obviously communication, but that third eye is that mental facility. It's that higher mind as well, spiritual sensitivity and ability and insight. So that's a great stone for you to use. It's also a very beautiful stone. I love labradorite. It's kind of got that, that rainbow kind of iridescent quality to it. Very, very nice. So that would be the best one for you to use right now, Gemini. And I'm going to pull a spirit animal card from the Druid Animal Oracle deck. We're going to see what spirit animal is coming up strongest with you for this first half of March. Ooh, Blackbird is coming up, and Gemini, oh my goodness, so this is a very psychic time for you. Not surprising, because Mercury is in that sign of Pisces, and Pisces is very psychic. It's very, emotionally driven and also very spiritually driven. It's very mystical. So yeah, this is a time of really tapping into that. The Blackbird, there he is at that gateway of, you know, of psychic ability, intuition, being able to see clairvoyantly. So for any of you that have those kind of gifts, sorry, not Pisces, but Gemini, but your ruling sign is in Pisces right now. So yeah, I mean, this is a time when you're really feeling that psychic intuition ramping up. For some of you more than others. Obviously, this is a general reading, so not all of you may have quite as strong of a kick, but for those of you that do, it's going to be very, very powerful. All right, so I'm going to move Mr. Dragon over here. We're going to dig into your tarot and see what comes up for you in a little bit more detail, get you some advice and all of that good stuff. Really active, very active. I can feel this just bouncing around in there, Gemini. My goodness. All right. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Oh, yeah. These just want to come flying out. Okay, I'm going to put that one off to the side because that one just sort of flipped. And then let's pull some advice on the side. This is a lot coming up. You're going to like it, though. I think this makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, okay. Very, very strong stuff coming up. All right, so I'm doing the initial spread with the Rider-Waite Radiant, and I'm going to be clarifying with the Celestial when it needs to be. So here we go. In the middle, there is the Moon card. So Gemini, this is very strong. This is the Pisces card. This is very, very strong Pisces energy coming through. And like we said, it's your planet, your ruling planet moving through that sign right now. The Moon is also a card that can deal with confusion. So really give yourself, you know, some patience and some healing space, because right now, yeah, things are confusing. They are cloudy. You don't have maybe the whole picture to something that's going on in your life right now. You know, sometimes there's a bit of that. It's a feeling of not necessarily somebody deceiving you. Always, for some people that might be the case, but it's more a feeling of like, you know, it's like what you're looking at can be deceptive to you, not because it's necessarily trying to hurt you, but just because, you know, you're not seeing clearly. You're not seeing the whole picture. You might just be seeing one part of it and reacting just to that, when there's maybe like 2 or 3 other parts that you haven't seen yet, or you haven't seen it in the light of day, right? You know, that's why that moon can be deceptive, because in the nighttime we can't see everything, but when the sun comes out, oh, then we got the whole picture. So, you know, just be careful, proceed with caution, you know, look before you leap kind of thing right now. Mostly this is a good time just to kind of stick to yourself, stick to your own, you know, things that you're doing day by day, and don't worry too much into, you know, past the here and now, because right now it's a little cloudy, it's a little confusing. Yeah, and on top of that, we have that Princess of Pentacles, which to me is very, very positive. That's like, you know, that Page of Pentacles. So to me, that's all about, you know, the spring, which is right around the corner. Spring will be very positive. That's when we get, you know, really out of all of this Mercury retrograde energy and we step away from that. So definitely be patient until we get to that point. And I think it's a beautiful thing that card came up, because in the immediate past we also have that Page of Pentacles. So for a lot of Geminis out there, you may definitely be thinking about either new business, getting a message from somebody about a new business, or, you know, new work that you may be doing. Maybe you're thinking about investing in something, or, you know, something that's coming up, because many times those pages bring a message, and when it's Pentacles, it has to do with something, you know, tangible, something being manifested. So let's see what comes on top of him. Yeah, and then we have the Seven of Wands. Um, Seven of Wands can be, let me think about that for a moment, what the hell that would connect. Yeah, yeah, because to me, that's like, getting into the past, getting into, a feeling of maybe a little bit of stress, that Seven of Wands. So to me, you don't want to move into something just because you're stressed or feel like you're really being pushed to do it. It can open up some doors, but yeah, just take it easy, one step at a time, Gemini. Going into this immediate future, we have that High Priestess coming up. So to me, yet again, this is coming up very, very strongly around your intuition, your subconscious. This is very lunar and moon ruled. And this is all about spiritual wisdom, spiritual mysteries. And sometimes they're not even something that you can mentally and intellectually decipher. It's, this is more of the spirit. This is more of the ephemeral. So Gemini, if you're really trying to like decipher it intellectually, that's not going to work. You have to really be in that open spiritual space to receive that wisdom, to receive those messages coming up. Yeah, and then we have the Two Pentacles. Like I was saying about staying in the moment, one step at a time, not getting too far out into the future. Look at that, Two of Pentacles. It's all about balance. It's all about, it's almost like a feeling of walking a tightrope for you a little bit. So there can be a little bit of stress around that, but it's mostly just really encouraging you stay in the moment, stay balanced in the moment, Gemini, because, that's what's going to help see you through. Going on the undercurrent, this is what's happening in your subconscious. Here is that Knight of Cups. Look at that. So to me, this is an emotional moving forward. I think it's actually quite beautiful because we, again, Mercury in Pisces, he reminds me a little bit of Mercury because he's got the wings on the helmet. That's an interesting connection. But this is like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Might mean something to you, those signs. But really, that Knight of Cups is about an emotional moving forward. Either somebody moving forward to you, could be a new love offer, new romantic opportunity, could be you moving forward to somebody, hoping for an opportunity, of emotion, but definitely something or someone bringing you that emotional or spiritual, gift. So let's see what comes up on top of this Knight of Cups. Yeah, Ten of Swords. And for some of you, Gemini, oh my goodness, this has not been an easy cycle. This is your own energy, your own sign is included in this Ten of Swords. Sorry if I said Cups, it's Ten of Swords. But yeah, very much a difficult emotional cycle coming to an end there. For some Geminis, this could even signal a breakup or a divorce, and that could be the emotional moving on. Or this could say that, a relationship is healing, or you're moving forward to something better. There's a couple different ways that could be read depending on who it's for, since this is a general reading. On the top, Wheel of Fortune is coming up. So to me, that's very positive. This is a message from the divine. That is fortune turning in your favor. That's things starting to, come out in a better direction. Definitely, this includes the signs of Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. If any of those are significant to you, or if you have those in your chart, that could be extra. But definitely, the Wheel of Fortune is, moving forward in a better direction, and Spirit wants you to know that. So it's like, even if things are confusing or painful or challenging right now for you, Gemini, things are not going to stay the same way. They are in motion right now. And yes, this is definitely as well. Oh, so we've got the Hermit card there on top of that Wheel of Fortune. So, Gemini, to me, this is definitely a time when you might feel more introverted than ever. Usually you're such a great communicator. You talk to everyone. You talk all the time. But this could be a time, Spirit's saying, Gemini, just take a break. Rest your mind. Rest your intellect. Give yourself a break. Let yourself just feel things instead of, using your mind to try to figure them out. Because right now everything's very cloudy mentally. So here, let's get some advice for you on the side. suggested approach is the Magician. Very much your energy, because Magician is ruled by Mercury. I see this as a very strong Gemini or Virgo card. You know, this is about you using all of your facilities, all your gifts, all your talents to create a new alchemy, to create a new magic, a new reality for yourself, Gemini. Yeah, Prince of Wands. So, you know, a lot of fire energy is coming up here. This is the same as the Knight of Wands. So, again, very fiery. You're going forward to those passionate, strong new beginnings of leadership and greater opportunity. What you need to know is, yes, you are starting to be becoming aware that you've got to step into a greater leadership role. This is very fiery, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So to me, that's you definitely stepping into a greater sense of self-worth, self-esteem. If your self-worth has been taking any hits, that's reminding you that you are stronger than you think. You are the creator of your own reality. 6 of Cups on top of that. So yeah, this is getting back to some kind of deep healing in your childhood. This is a nostalgic card. This is a card of an emotional past. Many times with Mercury retrogrades, people from our past do pop up to say hello. That could be something that comes up for you. But yeah, to me, this could also mean simply that you're taking a leadership role in your own past, in your own nostalgia, in your own memories. You know, whether they were good, bad, or otherwise, it's like you're the one that's kind of saying, you know what, I'm stronger than all of that. If it's something positive, I'm going to take that and make it stronger. If it's something that was really negative or challenging, I'm going to grow from that. So either way, pretty positive. Coming up into your hopes and fears, here we've got the Empress. The Empress is definitely strong Libra and Taurus energy. She is creative, she is abundant, she is, you know, a mega manifester. She knows how to create things out of nothing. So if you've been feeling, you know, like, oh gosh, I hope I can do it, I hope I can create this abundance, I hope that I can, you know, get grounded and have that love and, you know, that creative spirit overflowing that I've been desiring. This is very beautiful, but it also tells me that you're a little bit worried that you might not be able to. There's some kind of anxiety around that. So let's get a clarifier for that Empress card. Yes, and the 5 of Swords comes up on top of that, and what you really don't want to happen is you don't want to align with people that are not good for you or don't, you know, stand the test of time. So, you know, be careful in your alliances right now, Gemini. Stick with people that are really, you know, good friends, solid people, people that have, you know, proven themselves to be worthy over and over again in your life. King of Swords is the outcome card. So to me, yet again, we have another king. We have that King of Wands, King of Swords. King of Swords is a no-nonsense kind of king. He's very mentally and intellectually strong and isn't afraid to use that sword to cut, you know, certain elements out of his life. The butterflies are on that throne, and to me that's all about transformation. So, you know, it's like this is an intellectual transformation, which you are definitely going through, but you're also coming into your own leadership power with that, because that King of Swords, that is your energy, Gemini. That is the air element, absolutely. And then on top of that, we got that Prince of Cups. So yeah, Knight of Cups came up again. So there's definitely, you are going to be making, I think, you know, this first half of this month, definitely some big intellectual choices, but they're coming from an emotional and spiritual space. There's going to be some moving forward, no matter what it is, whether it's to make a relationship better or whether it's to cut one out. Somebody new may be coming in. You might be the new person coming into someone else's life, but wow. There's a lot of activity here on that emotional level. And this card that flipped out, what a surprise. He came up there earlier over the Magician, Knight of Wands. So we got lots of passionate new beginnings, Gemini. Lots of fire, lots of water, lots of air, lots of earth. We got it all going on. So very, very powerful, strong reading. Let's pull a Hero's Journey Oracle card, give you a last bit of affirmation here. Ooh, I like this. Oh, discover your superpower, Gemini. Access 100% of your mojo. So yeah, this is all about, like I said, you stepping into a role of leadership, of greater power, moving beyond things that don't work for you anymore. That Empress card, you know, don't fear, you know, failure. Don't fear that. It's like, go forward with your dreams, go forward with your ideas. Don't curb yourself, because I really feel like that's when you get into trouble, when you second guess yourself and you don't use all of your power. And look at the beautiful color in that. I mean, it's just glorious. So Gemini, this was a beautiful reading for you. This was your first half of March. I hope it's a wonderful one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.